Coming off a big home victory a week ago, Maccabi Haifa takes their 2-2 record on the road tonight when they face off with another 500 team, their old nemesis, Bnei Hasharon. Good evening, everyone. Aaron Heller along with Simi Rieger welcoming you here to Herzliya, just north of Tel Aviv, where tonight Maccabi Haifa faces a team they're quite familiar with from a year ago. The team faced off 6 times against each other, Bnei Hasharon winning the season series in the first game of the playoffs. But then, of course, Haifa winning 3 in a row en route to the semifinals and the finals in a great season. But these are 2 different teams we're going to see tonight.
Yeah, they don't resemble last year's team. They had a lot of Israeli players that were high caliber. They've gone with a young, Herzliya's gone with a young team. They've changed their image. They just brought in an American, Sam Clancy, who played at USC. His dad was a player also. I mean, Haifa's a completely different team. This is a game that Haifa must win if they want to go to the upper level. We have lost to Maccabi Tel Aviv and to the Galil. Now we got to win a game against our opponents that are fighting for us for the 1-4.
And one of the big changes, of course, this year in Maccabi Haifa is the emergence of some new players. And a week ago, we saw 2 of those. Ben Strong, a breakout game, and Richard Roby facing his former team tonight, a guy who scored 15 points, impressive performance a week ago.
Yeah, Ben Strong is getting a lot of minutes because of players not taking opportunities that they've gotten to lift their game. He's been playing very well. He's gotten his confidence. The coach has confidence. The players have. He's hesitated at the beginning, and now he's going strong. He's a big kid, and it's a lot easier when you play with Jefferson. Roby is a player that played here last year for Bnei Hasharon, and he was a very good player. He's a 2-3 player. He plays defense. He's an all-around player. He's the type of player that has to pick up his game to really help this team become a really solid team.
And another new player that joined Maccabi Haifa this year was Dror Hajjaj, who languished on the bench in Tel Aviv a week ago. But this year, coming off a great performance a week ago, 12 assists, Semi, or actually 9 assists. And we see some of those highlights right now.
Yeah, well, Dror Hajjaj is the kid that didn't play last year with Maccabi Tel Aviv. It was a bad year for him. He got to get rid of the rust. He's a great one-on-one defensive player on the ball. He's starting to get his confidence on the offense. He hasn't been shooting well lately, but he's penetrating and dishing off. Once the ball starts falling for him, he's an excellent player, and he'll make everybody around him a lot better.
And we see here what we've aptly called Dr. Dror and Mr. Hajjaj. You see the assists, the steals, the rebounds. That's the good side. The downside is he couldn't bury a shot.
Oh, it'll come together. He's a kid that'll work on it. He's a great kid, of a big plus in the locker room too.
Now, of course, Maccabi Haifa 2-2 this year. A loss, a win, a loss, a win. They're going to try and get a streak together. And one of the reasons they've been up and down is because of inconsistent play from their top guns. They just can't get players to run and continue to have productive games in a row. Jefferson, Mizrahi, up and down.
Well, Devon is being concentrated on all the time. He's being double-teamed. That's partially why Ben Strong is starting to get off, and teams are going to have to do it less. Teams take him out of the game. The referees hit him with quick fouls, foolish fouls. A lot of them are phantom fouls. But he has to be a consistent player. That's very true. He has to hit the boards, get out on the break, defensively be much smarter. Moshe Mizrahi is the kid who I think is the barometer of the team. He is a great shooter. He's 6'7", 6'8", can shoot the jump shot all the time. He's the kid that can open up all the zone defenses and make not let teams double on Jefferson. He did that in the game, one game. He hit 3 threes in a row and broke the whole game open.
All right, let's talk just briefly with the time that we have left about Bnei Hasharon on this team. They got a monster in the middle, Sean James. What else do they have to offer?
Well, they also have Clancy, and one of their players is not playing. Cookie Belcher. He's been out of the. He's been penalized because he got thrown out of a game for fighting. They have Erez Katz. And a lot of really good Israeli players. A young kid that's come on, a playmaker. He's done Dory. He's done very well. They're Ben Rice. They're doing a good. Their new coach is doing a good job of letting the young kids play.
All right. Well, we'll have that matchup coming up too. 500 teams. One's going to go ahead tonight. One fall behind in the table. So let's lead now into an interview we'll have with one of the guys who's going to be crucial in tonight's game, Jason Rich from Haifa, and we'll be right back with our main presentation next.
Jason, how do you see the matchup between you and Ori Itzhaki from Bnei Hasharon? Well, he's a terrific player. He's going to be asked to take on more of a role, with Cookie being out this game. So, we went over the scouting report on what he's good at, but we understand that it's more than just him. So I'm looking forward to the matchup, but I think it's going to be a good game as well.
Do you think you can be the advantage of Haifa tonight?
Well, I hope to be the advantage of Haifa any night, but, I haven't been playing so well, but it's a new game, new night, so it's an opportunity to go out and play well.
Thank you very much.
And we're about to get underway with game number 5 of this season. 2-2 teams tonight facing off. Very different opponents, Simi, as we will take a look at the starting lineups that we have for this evening and see who we have featured this evening. The visiting Maccabi Haifa team, with their starting lineup, they've gotten them this far. Dror Haddad, point guard, Mizrahi and Rich, and down low Strong, and Jefferson. Strong coming off a huge game, Simi. 18 points. He's only had 20 points up until that point his entire career.
Yeah, I hope he woke up because he was in a funk. He was in a groove. It was nice to see, but they were playing against one of the worst teams in the league. You have to keep that in mind. But that still doesn't take away from it. The whole major thing is that if he gets his points, it takes away from them doubling on Jefferson. Also, in my opinion, the key guy on the team, I say it every week, is Moshe Mizrahi. If he lights it up, his range is unlimited. He's inside, he's outside, he's a great shooter. He also plays hard, and it also helps him defensively once he makes his shots.
Jason Rich, of course, also tweaked his ankle last week. We're glad to see that he's well and ready to start tonight. Let's take a look.
Jefferson was hurt during the week, too. On Thursday, he turned his ankle.
And we take a look over here at the starting lineup for Bnei Hasharon. The starters, the Israelis, Asaf Dori and Ori Yitzhaki, and then they have Ron Steele, the swingman, and down low, Sam Clancy, and the big guy in the middle, Sean James, the blocks leader of the Israeli league.
Yeah, Steele, I can't believe he's here in Israel. I used to watch him and his freshman and sophomore year at the University of Alabama. He was a lottery pick. Yeah. And he came back his junior year. He was going to go out. He came back his junior year. He hurt himself for a year and a half, and now he's in Europe. He was a superstar. I mean, he was in the SEC. He was ripping them up. He was doing everything. I hope he gets better. I hope he gets well. Clancy.
Also a guy with athletic pedigree in his blood.
Oh, yeah. And also Clancy, whose dad was a great player, basketball and football, played in the NFL. I met him years ago at 5-Star in Pittsburgh. Great kid. He's been all over. He's been in Europe for a while. They have a nice club. Dori Asaf, a young boy that grew up in the club itself. He went to a couple of teams in the lower division to work with them, and now he's coming back. And the coach is giving him a lot of time on the court, and he's getting results. Dan Shamir, who's a disciple of not John Calipari. Whoa, I can't say that. Rick Pitino.
Well, here are your referees for tonight. Yair Michaeli, Erez Gurion, and David Romano, the Zebras for the evening tonight.
Well, David Romano is a quick whistle. You have to watch him. He's a guy that he has a notebook on who says what.
And, of course, perhaps for Bnei Hasharon, the only weak point perhaps in the starting lineup would be that point guard position where Dori is in there. And there are rumblings that Tel Aviv is going to let go of Gal Mekel. They're in the running for that. If they can pick him up, this is a team that really could challenge the best of the business in Israel here.
If they pick up Gal Mekel, they can play anybody straight up, including Maccabi Tel Aviv, since they got Clancy and the big kid in there.
They got Oniqua coming off the bench, too. Very deep team here, lots of talent. Leading the league in blocks with 8 blocks a game. And, of course, leading that barrage is Sean James, who has 4 on his own each game.
You have to remember that Cookie Belcher isn't playing because he got into a fight in the last game. He would be another a person that would help.
And we are underway, and it will be Herzliya ball. We are here in Herzliya. Bnei Hasharon, a team put together between 2 communities north of Tel Aviv, Herzliya and Ra'anana. A year ago, they had their games in Ra'anana. This year here in Herzliya. Either way, a good team and a good start by Sam Clancy.
Yeah, a big man to big man. It's nice to see James, who played at Duquesne, throw the ball inside, and he has another finisher.
Sean James, we talked about his defensive presence. He had an NCAA record 6.53 block shots per game in 2006. And there is Ben Strong with a nice finish.
That's a big play. You know, the point guard got past this man, waited, hit him at the right time, and he made the layup.
So we pick up where we left off a week ago, and there is Clancy with another gem. He is having his way early on tonight.
Yeah.
So Haifa, Dror Hajjaj with the assist, had 9 of those a week ago. And of course, Ben Strong gets the first bucket tonight after his career high 18 a week ago. Hajjaj through the lane, finds Strong again, finishes again. Hajjaj to Strong, we're getting used to hearing that a lot, Simi.
Yeah, and you know, the thing with Clancy was, we got Hajjaj coming in, drawing the big men, and Ben, like you said, finishing strong, taking the hit and making the shot. That's what confidence does for you. So right now in the last 2 games, he's outscored all of last year.
But also what's interesting is against Sean James, a guy who was a great shot blocker, he did what you do to a great shot blocker, went into his body, made the contact but could not connect with the free throw. So far it's 4-4, Strong and Clancy, all the scoring so far. Jefferson against the big guy, Sean James. Size advantage, Herzliya there. Dorian Hajjaj, a pair of Israelis, throws it away there. Jefferson now. Haifa's got numbers. Jefferson all alone finishes it.
Oh, wow. Davon doing the right thing. I'm surprised they didn't foul him out at the head of the key to stop the break. That's what they should have done, because he had a full head of steam and he finished real nice.
Coast to coast for Davon Jefferson. And we have not seen a missed shot yet. Clancy. And we still don't have a missed shot. Sam Clancy's got 6 points early.
You know, Clancy, at the end of his junior year, if he would have come out, he would have been a lottery pick. He decided to stay for his senior year, and he had a horrible senior year for Bibby at USC, and it hurt him, so he never made it to the league.
Rich, tough shot, rolls out. Clancy, of course, alma mater USC, just like Davon. He's a bit older than him, though. Graduated there from 2002 and was picked by the 76ers in the second round of that year's draft.
He's a little tweener. He's like 6'7", 6'7.5". Sean James hitting a shot. Wow.
If he can hit it from out there, this guy is a dangerous man to reckon with. 9-6 Herzliya. There's Ben Strong all the way.
Oh my.
Reverses, almost gets the beautiful play. Jason Rich, still Haifa ball, foul on Clancy.
And that's nice that everybody's off the boards. A lot of athleticism you're seeing this evening. Jason Rich trying to get his game regular. Here we see the jump shot by James. I'm sure his coach in college at Duquesne would have had a heart attack.
Shooting the three-pointer. You see everybody crashing the boards over there for Haifa. The key word here for Ben Strong, Simi, is confidence. This guy just playing out there like he belongs. It's a different Ben Strong than we've seen the last year and a half. So that'll be the second foul on Sean James, and that's crucial. He's going to go to the bench, and in comes Oniqua.
Yep.
Ugonna Oniqua, born in Lagos,
one
Nigeria.
of the things that Sean has to learn is that you don't block everything.
Oniqua graduated from Wagner in 2005. This is his third year here at Bnei Hasharon, averaged 14.2 a year ago.
Wagner?
3 minutes into this game, we've had a lot of scoring so far. 9-6, Bnei Hasharon. There's Hajjaj, pulls up and gets it. We talked about that in the pregame show. Did not make a single bucket a week ago, but like you said, Simi, just a matter of time. 2 points, 2 assists for him. Dory with the move. Out to Oniqua.
So Guna, and he graduated Pennsylvania.
And we see the bucket and the foul there by Dory Asaf. Let's see the replay here. He takes the hit and the finish there. Nice job for him going to complete the three-point play. I'm told now that Ugonna Onikwum, actually an Ivy Leaguer, graduated from Pennsylvania in 2003.
Yep.
Bnei Hasharon up 12-8. We see Erez Katz making his first appearance in the game in Verdori.
His coach now is the coach at Temple, where Carmel Buchman is there. Fran Dunphy, very, very good coach. Gone into a zone. Bnei Hasharon.
Jason Rich breaks it down.
Woo!
Little floater in the lane. That's his game.
Yeah, but it was over.
Jason Rich averaging 12.2 points a game, but that's deceiving because he only had 2 a week ago in that injury-plagued game. The foul is called on him there, but he is a dangerous scorer for this Haifa team.
We'd like to see him more consistent also. You know, that's one of the things we'd like to see out of Jason.
Teams still finding their ways. We see Dan Shamir in your screen there, the head coach for Bnei Hasharon, former assistant at Tel Aviv, and head coach in Jerusalem. Young guy, not even 35 years old, but really one of the great basketball minds in Israel.
At a very early age, he took a year off from coaching, went down to Kentucky when he was with Rick Pitino, sat and watched all his practices. It was really a great thing. It really helped him.
You can learn a lot from Rick Pitino.
That's for sure.
That's something that Jeremy Tyler is not going to have a chance to do. Had a verbal agreement with Louisville, and now he's here in Haifa, still struggling to find his way. Was out a week ago, and we hope to see him in action tonight. Hajjaj with the move and the miss. Katz the rebound.
Hajjaj had Moshe Mizrahi in the corner, and that's what he should have done. And here we get the foul against
number 2 on Ben Strong.
On Ben Strong.
And that'll bring in Ido Kujikaro, the veteran captain of Maccabi Haifa. Ido coming off the bench every single game this year, but get this, he's number 4 in the league in rebounding, 9.2 rebounds a game. Ben Strong takes a seat. Ido Kujikaro, a big year so far, 11.8 points, 9.2 rebounds a game, and number 1 in the league in offensive rebounds, 4.2 a game. All of this coming off the bench this season for Haifa.
You know, and that shows how much teams key on Davon Jefferson, because they usually bring the opposite big man's player to help, and then it's much easier to get an offensive rebound. Just like people didn't particularly appreciate Perkins last year, and then they really learn how valuable he was.
When the guy is gone, you often appreciate him more than when he was there. Jefferson, nice move over there, finds a wide open Jason Rich, who drills the trifecta.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when Davon takes a dribble in. The whole defense collapses on him, and he hit Jason Rich with a great pass, and he knocked it down.
16-13 early on. There is Ori Itzhaki down low to Clancy, but he misses the dunk there. He's been having a jam session early on, but misfires on that.
Oh,
Talk
yes!
about a jam session.
Yes,
Davon Jefferson goes airborne.
Moshe Mizrahi threw him that pass, man. Wow.
And DJ converts. Haifa down by 1.
And that's what happened. You miss a dunk on one side, and the dunk comes on the other side.
Big momentum shift. Oniqua gets inside on DJ and gets the bucket. A little soft on defense there for Jefferson.
Well, they've been taking him out of games, the refs. If we remember last week,
yeah, indeed.
Sefi Shemesh called 4 phantom fouls on him, 2 in the first 2 minutes of the game. Took him out of the game. Rich
Goes inside,
nice.
Gets the finish.
Jason's hyped up. Tonight it's Florida State against Florida, so that's like a derby in Gainesville. His boy Leonard Hamilton from the University of Florida State.
Itzhaki keeps his pivot foot out there as cuts for 3. No good. DJ with the rebound. Hajjaj finds Rich, who's been hot early on. Into Moshe, trying to work on it. Itzhaki We haven't seen much of a post-up game from Moshe there, and he comes up short. But a nice attempt there. We see the hot shooting early on from both teams. And there is a foul on Jefferson. You mentioned it, Simi. He's been having a lot of frustrations with those refs early on this season.
You know, and it's a ticky-tack foul. He's lucky he didn't get a technical now. There's Davon.
Finishing strong with the alley-oop by Mizrahi. And DJ Dish going up, having a bite to eat and throwing it down. Magnificent airtime on Davon Jefferson. And Moshe takes a seat. In comes Richard Roby making his return here against his former team. Played a year ago here for Bnei Hasharon, was a valuable guy for them off the bench.
Yeah, played for a different coach, Ariel Betalachmi. Here we see a great out-of-bounds play that freed him up for a layup. Nice play.
Roby scored 10 points a game a year ago. Last week scored 15 for Haifa, and he is the all-time scorer at the University of Colorado. That's amazing.
Yeah,
I think that Chauncey Billups played there too.
Played for Bidzelik.
Yep.
They're a very good coach.
So to think that a guy who, a perennial all-star like Chauncey Billups went to school there, and yet Richard Roby, the all-time leading scorer from Colorado.
Chauncey was the playmaker, you know what I mean? And
Roby,
I don't know how many years Chauncey went.
Yeah. Roby, hometown San Bernardino, California. His new team down by 3 against Bnei Hasharon right now.
And they're back into the man-to-man. And Clancy cannot stay. Foul.
Oh, hit hard and almost finished it, DJ.
Clancy cannot stay. He's not quick enough to stay with Davon. I would figure Aguna would take him.
Clancy's a big guy, very strong upper body. Doesn't have the speed of Jefferson.
I think that's a mistake of the coaching staff of Bnei Hasharon. Davon, whose mom, Sophia, went back home last week after being a month here, misses her.
Sure, she's watching tonight as usual. One of the fans here.
Ruby is grandma also. They got their fans.
And so do you, Simi.
Yep.
Erez Katz. Oniqua in the corner. They missed by Clancy, and Haifa going to try and go ahead here.
Yeah, they put a Gona on him now.
Jefferson for 3 from beyond the arc. Hits the back rim. It's Kaki with the rebound. Throwing it up, ill-advised. Clancy comes down with it.
They don't realize what an athlete Jason Rich is. They try to throw it over him, and he's such an athlete. It just went to the wrong player.
He's a little guy, but he plays above his height with those hops. This guy's
yeah.
about 6'2", but he can jump through the roof. And now we see Rich matching up with Steele, who's been quiet so far.
And then 9 seconds left on the 24-second clock. And here comes back the point guard. Dory's coming back in, and James is coming back in. Clancy's getting a seat. Steele, who played for years, he played for Gottfried at University of Alabama. And Dory Assaf knocks down a 3.
And that's his second of the night. He's got 6 points.
Can't leave him alone.
Richard Roby to the hole, doubling up on him. Fans wanted to travel, but instead he got a stuff from Sean James. And the other way, a stuff by Davon Jefferson. A block party here in Herzliya tonight.
Oh, Aaron, my man. A block party. Oh,
and a rainbow jumper
for
Jason Rich from downtown.
Yes. From Pensacola, Florida.
And he has 10 points tonight in double figures already. Great start for Jason Rich.
Yeah, great kid. Woo.
Oniqua
What are these kids thinking about?
off the mark. They get it back, though. Steele right in his motion there. Cannot connect. Rebound, Jason Rich. He's doing it all, and maybe Haifa can finally get the lead now. Baseline, Jason Rich. There he is again. Money!
Money! And
13 for Jason Rich, and Haifa in the lead with a minute to go in the first.
Yeah, 20. This is a 100-point game.
Coming out strong offensively, both teams early on. Haifa with their first lead of the game, 25-23.
And it's interesting. Eris Katz and Dory are in the game. Two point guards.
And Hajjaj, the other point guard, has the ball. Here comes DJ all the way. Contact. And they're going to call the blocking foul on Oniqua. He took a hit. He took a shot to the gum there. I'm glad to be of entertainment for you, Sammy. Take a look at this.
Yeah,
boom.
He took it. He got it. You know?
Davon Jefferson, quick and powerful, and you got to be a man to take a charge from him.
And this isn't ballet.
Indeed it isn't. Jefferson goes to the line here. Both teams in the penalty. Jason Rich takes his seat. He's had a great start tonight. And this is what you look for Haifa. Their two main guns, Jefferson and Rich, coming up strong early on tonight. First missed for DJ. Haifa up by 3, a half a minute to go here in the first.
There's about 9 seconds differentiated between the end of the quarter and the 24-second clock.
Dory out to the corner, and they're going to say that
Ron
Ron Steele
bounds.
Stepped on the line.
Yeah, he was out of bounds.
And the ref's all over it
now
there.
He's got 12.1 seconds to score the last bucket of the quarter. And here we got
Yakusi in the game for Bnei Hasharon. Mushon did not play last season, was injured all year long, and getting a chance to do his thing now. We see our first Rosenfeld as well,
Rosenfeld, who's a Jewish kid that just signed with the team as a new immigrant.
Fujikawa inside, and Rosenfeld making his presence felt with a big rejection there. Katz heaves it, no good. And that'll be the first and entertaining one, Simi. 26-23 for Haifa. A high-scoring affair here. And we'll be right back after we go
buy our
merchandise. Indeed, we'll be right back.
Okay.
So that's the first quarter for you here, 26-23, and take a look at that. Last week, Haifa against Holon scoring 30 points in the third quarter, and they scored only 13 in the fourth, so very streaky team. And we see now starting off really strong tonight with 26 points in the first.
Yeah, but you don't like giving up 23. You know, I mean, I'm being a pig here, I admit it, Aaron, but
you can't have it all.
Yeah, but you'd like to, you know. You'd like to give up like 15, 17 for a quarter, and the 26 is a bonus.
Well, Haifa, things managed to balance their way out for Haifa early on this season. They've given up a lot in the first, then they hunker down on defense. And last week we saw all that streakiness when they scored a ton of points in the third and Holon couldn't get anything going. And in the fourth, they were shut out halfway through that quarter with Holon getting all the points.
What really surprises me is Bnei Hasharon should be a great defensive team. They got Clancy and they have
Sean James in the middle.
Sean James in the middle and Oniqua. And they got Steele, got guys that really know how to play. Eris Katz is a great defensive player. The small forward.
And here is our man here for the first quarter. That is Jason Rich, 13 points, 4 rebounds. In fact, of the 26 points Haifa has, 20 of them belong to Jason Rich and Davon Jefferson.
And they're going small.
And they're going to start this quarter with Jefferson taking a break.
Yeah.
And Rich out there. with Roby, Mizrahi, and really Kujikaro, the only big man. Small ball now, Richard Roby, and they fell for it. Erez Kass with a masterful flop there. Richard Roby gets called for the offensive foul. Roby's got 2 fouls, has yet to score tonight against his former team. These two teams have provided us a lot of entertainment a year ago. A really fierce matchup in that first round playoff where Bnei Hasharon won. The first one looked like Maccabi had no answer. And then Maccabi wins 3 in a row, and their dream season continued, only to be stopped in the final.
Yaron Michaeli, the ref, made a correct call. Here's David Blatt.
The old coach of Maccabi Tel Aviv.
Moshe Rice right above him, his son playing here.
Ben Rice of Bnei Hasharon. Kujikaro going to work down low on Sean James. Wow. And the foul on Sean James is going to be called.
I think they're calling the flop as a foul. I think they're calling the flop as a foul.
And that is huge because that's number 3 on Sean James. Oh, wait a minute. It is indeed number 3 on Sean James, and Kujikaro going to war with him down low. Sam Clancy back in.
Yeah, but he just fell on the floor. You know, he didn't take a hit. So they don't want flops here. They're in a zone now.
Moving it around. Mizrahi on the baseline, stepped out of bounds there, so no good. Went for the dunk, but a good call.
Yeah.
And we're on the line here too, Simi. Today relocated. We're not actually by the benches, so we saw that right in front of us, and Moshe Mizrahi indeed did step on the line. But nice to see him trying to go into the hoop there, as opposed to just being stationary shooter out the perimeter. And the foul on Amit Ben David, who's in the game now in place of Jorah Judge.
I don't know what these refs are thinking about.
Amit Ben David, a slow start to this season, averaging just over 2 points a game. Jefferson in for Roby. But Amit Ben David is one of those players who does the intangibles, really the things that don't show up on the stat sheet. He plugs them in for a team and really an integral part of this Haifa squad. And the foul now called against...
That's the third against the team this quarter.
It's going to be called against Kujikaro.
Yeah, it's a good call. They were fighting for position. Clancy's a little stronger than Kujikaro, believe it or not.
Kujikaro,
Sam eats nails for breakfast.
Well, there aren't many guys stronger than Kujikaro, but Clancy is probably one of them.
Clancy's a tough kid.
As you can see there, the scoring drought continues. Erez Kass for 3. Continuing to miss, but getting the rebounds. And they continue to miss. What's going on here? Finally, they get it. You give them enough chances, they're going to make it happen. Clancy there with the physical move.
4 shots.
You can't give anybody 4 shots, no matter where you're playing there. And Clancy big on the rebounds there, managed to get by Kujikaro. Kujikaro, a man who the New York Times in their story and feature about Jeremy Tyler said his low post moves resembled mixed martial arts, Semi. And we've seen that a lot.
They found his low post moves?
Ido Kujikaro as physical as they come. So we're all locked up at 26 now.
When he gets to be my weight, he'll be a sumo wrestler.
I wouldn't mind seeing the 2 of you guys going at it in a steel cage, Semi. DJ. Pump fake down low to Kujikaro between the big men, and he gets stripped.
And Dori Asaf got the steal. Itzhaki came up with the ball.
Itzhaki matching up with Mizrahi, 2 number 10s, 2 former guys who know each other well from the Israel national team. And there's Dori Asaf, nice fake down to Clancy. Cannot get the finish there. And Jefferson, they're going to call travel on him. The ball sort of stuck to his hip a little bit, and you know, you like to see the coast-to-coast moves, but the point guard is the guy who should be leading the attack.
Pass the ball, run your lane, get ready for a dunk. That's what it should be.
Ben Strong back in place of Ido Kujikaro. So Haifa with their starters out there, except for Ben David in place of Hajjaj. And we see Ido Kujikaro come and take a seat here on the bench, just right by where Simi and I are sitting here at the end of the court. 7.5 to go. Clancy down low.
No
Foul's
basket.
going to be on Ben Strong. Clancy
He has
is
good
a
hands.
beast.
Yeah, but he has. You know what's great? He has soft hands. You know, that's a very important
And
thing.
big
for
thighs. He is a strong guy.
Yeah, you know, and then comes from a family of athletes. You know, we were talking before the game, and I was telling him I had spoken to Howard Garfinkel from the five-star camp, and he told me that he knew Clancy was going to be here. He follows all the kids, and, you know.
And Clancy now in double figures, too.
He's an excellent player.
He's got 10 points. And his hometown is Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that's where his dad went to college.
So Haifa down by 1 here. The high screen by Strong. And Ben DeVita drills the mid-range
Very
jumper.
good shot. Very important that he got off the shot, felt comfortable with it, got into his area where he really likes it, and buried it.
Now Haifa up by 1. And an out for Ori Itzhaki, who averaged 10 points a game a year ago. He's a shooter.
Coming off the bench. Now he's playing a lot more.
Jason Rich.
Go
Got
back
the quickness on Anuga.
They go back into a zone.
The hit on Jefferson. Tries to finish. Ben Strong. Big rebound.
Wow.
That's a new look, Ben Strong. Jason Rich in and out, and another offensive rebound. Ben Strong and another try, and he can't get it. But Ben Strong all over the place on the offensive board.
It's a shame it didn't land up in a bucket because it deserved it.
So we have a timeout here, 4 turnovers apiece. Hasharon up by 1, and we'll be right back. So as we enjoy this timeout, we remind you to go check out your merchandise here on TriangleInternet.tv. And you know what? On TriangleInternet.tv, you have a lot of things. You got our games, you got the merchandise, and of course links to one of the nicest new shows you'll have. It's called Inside Israeli Basketball. It shows you behind-the-scenes footage of what life is like here. I watched the first episode, Simi. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it shows you it's hosted by Becky Griffin, shows you sort of the week in review and what the guys do behind the scenes, and you see how Jeremy Tyler and Davon Jefferson live and enjoy the city of Haifa, and nice inside look of life as a professional athlete in Israel. And one of those athletes is Sam Clancy, who we're seeing what he's been up to so far. And
Sam can play.
He's been a monster on the boards tonight.
It's just a little, he's a power forward. In the NBA, he might be just a little too small, but if he was on the right team.
They said the same thing about Charles Barkley, you know. Big difference, I know. Undersized guy, but he has got a wide waist and strong shoulders. He's the kind of guy who really not afraid to bang underneath the boards.
Like they said Michael Jordan can't make it because he doesn't have a jump shot.
Yeah, well,
all right.
There are always exceptions to the rule.
In the right situation, he'd be excellent.
Ben Strong out there with Jefferson, Rich Mizrahi, and Ben David, the 5 who been doing so far well. And we are about to see the first appearance tonight of Jeremy Tyler, the guy that we have been following all season long. And not only us, I mean, ESPN, the Associated Press, the biggest outlets in America following the story of this guy, the first high school player to go pro after his junior year.
Junior year in high school.
In high school, indeed. Sorry to leave that one out. That's the main differential.
Technical foul against somebody.
Dan Shamir get teed up. And we should see someone from Haifa shooting a free throw. And the ref's even getting physical there with Dan Shamir, saying, sit down.
Yeah,
we've heard enough of you.
There's their general manager, Akunis. I think he got thrown out of the game. Yelling and screaming.
And here we have the substitution. Jeremy Tyler in for Ben Strong. And nice to see Ben Strong giving him a hug and a pat and some words of encouragement. Ben Strong has struggled so far. 2 points in 3 games. Sat out the last one because of that ejection after headbutting a player in Galil.
No, you told Jeremy is struggling, not
Yeah,
Ben.
Jeremy. And we'll see now if Jeremy can get going. He's had a point in 2 games, only from the free throw line, yet to hit anything from the field. Moshe 1 for 2 from the line.
Which is surprising. He's like a 90% foul shooter. And now you got a pretty good offensive team out there. You know, you got Mizrahi.
And there is Jason Rich now.
Rich.
Jeremy Tyler down low against Sam Clancy. Trying to get into this game, and we all hope for some good news out of Jeremy. He really could use it. Jason Rich in the corner, nowhere to go, out to Mizrahi. Shot clock down to 4. Heaves a tough one up, and he gets it. That wasn't a pretty offense, Timmy, but it worked.
But a very, very crucial one, the way he got stuck and made a very difficult shot. And that's the Jason Rich that Leonard Hamilton and Stan Jones has been telling me about for years.
And there's Steele to the hoop. Takes the bump, cannot finish. Jason Rich, Hajjaj, the fake, wide open for 3, and he buries it.
Basket's good.
Wow.
Who's the foul against? 15, Anigua.
Against Anigua. But Jorah Hajjaj, nice fake there.
Buried
Found himself wide open. Let's take another look at this. You see someone comes flying over the top. That's Ron Steele. Finds himself wide open and buries it.
Nothing but net.
Tickles the twine. So the foul on Uguna. The first for Bnei Hasharon. And there's going to be a substitution here. Ben Rice, number 9, coming in for Uguna.
And they go into a zone.
Rice on Jeremy Tyler. That's a...
No, they're in a zone.
Mizrahi for 3. No good. Sam Clancy with the rebound.
See, that's the shots that Mizrahi has to make to open up the defense. He makes a couple of those. They can't play that packed-in zone and kill Jefferson.
Doria Saf, some nifty dribbling there. Going baseline.
2 seconds on the 24. 2 seconds on the 24-second clock.
He's a quick little guy, isn't he, Sam?
Yeah, Dory can move, and so can
Jorah Hajjaj is guarding him.
Yeah.
2 quick, nifty little point guards. Oh, nice look. Clancy with the left hand. They got it off in time, though, and they get the ball back, and that's Steele cleaning up the garbage.
How does Clancy land up with a layup?
With 2 seconds on the shot clock. Haifa up by 3 here. Jason Rich.
Walk. It was so open that he walked before, and here Doug Shamir takes a timeout. And a good timeout on his perspective.
And that means we'll take a quick break, too.
And we have to go buy some merchandise.
And we see there the Bnei Hasharon dancers here. Each team has their own. And you take a look at the bottom of your screen there is some of those scores from games that we've had earlier this round, the 5th week of Israeli basketball. And we'll have all of those highlights and scores for you in our halftime presentation in just a bit. Timeout is over. Haifa up by 3.
And tonight I'm going to be doing it 3 in the morning. I'm going to be doing the NBA Memphis against Sacramento.
And we're going to be talking about Omri Caspi at halftime as well.
Doing a great job there.
17 points the other day.
Yep.
Averaging 9 points a game in the NBA.
He's a player. The kid's a player. They love him there. He does all the dirty work. He plays hard, doesn't back down, gets up and down the floor, takes the charge.
An interesting matchup also with Memphis, as they have the first Iranian player in the NBA facing off against the first Israeli player in the NBA. So be interesting to watch that too. Another anecdote in that game.
Be interesting to see O.J. Mayo against Tyreek Evans.
O.J. Mayo, of course, the old teammate of Davon Jefferson from USC.
Very good friend of his.
Ben Rice. And he traveled there. Davon popped the ball and threw him off his game a little bit, and he picked up his dribble and then started walking. So we see Jesse Pelot-Rosa making his first appearance in the game. After the addition of Richard Roby to the team, the numbers for Pelot-Rosa dipped significantly.
Yeah.
He's still averaging 6 points a game, but he's not going to get as many opportunities as he had earlier on this season, with Roby ahead of him on the depth chart right now in Haifa. Haifa showing a different look right here with 2 point guards. Hajjaj, Ben Davi, they got Pelot-Rosa, and then Tyler and Jefferson. Interesting look there for this team. Jefferson working hard, 2 people on him. Pelot-Rosa pulls up for 3. No good.
He just got into the game. Run an offense or two before you shoot a 3-pointer.
Nice to see an aggressive Jeremy Tyler there forcing the ball off of Clancy. It will remain Haifa ball.
Not giving him an easy rebound. It's important.
The coach is saying that Jeremy Tyler making steady progress in practices and starting to get with the team concept. Here he has the ball. Back to Hajjaj. And Hajjaj pulls up and gets it.
Nice play by Drawer. That jump shot that he made before gave him the confidence, because the last game he went something like 0 for 6.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's a big difference, and we're up 5.
And tonight he's 3 for 4 for 7 points. Foul is going to be on Jesse.
Why are these referees bothering?
Erez Katz about to re-enter for Bnei Hasharon, down by 5, as we see Dan Shamir in your picture. Has already got 1 technical on him. Displeased with the refs.
Every shot is a 2-shot that Haifa commits, and the home team has only had 2 fouls this quarter.
So there is Ori Yitzhaki to the line.
Yeah, Ori Yitzhaki originally went to the University of Clemson with Larry Shyatt, and then he found out that he had been paid here as a professional, so he had to come back. It would have helped him to go to Clemson for a couple of years.
He was voted the most improved player in the Israeli League 2 years ago. Hajjaj. Jeremy begging for the ball, but he just can't get it. They're not, you know, you'd like to see them feed him a little bit down there in the post when he has position.
Fouls on Dorian Saf. That's a 13 foul.
Hajjaj out to Benda in the corner. High pick by DJ. Mismatch now. Hajjaj, though, gets stripped by Yitzhaki. Nice move by him. Yitzhaki. He gets stripped by Benda. Here comes Jefferson. Haifa's got numbers. Benda throws it up. No one's there. Miscommunication. And here we come back the other way.
Also a good defensive thing that was done.
Yitzhaki from the corner. Cannot get it. Hajjaj can. And he gets tripped up by Ori Yitzhaki.
That's the 4th foul in this quarter. Next one's a shooting foul.
Haifa still up by 4 points, but we have definitely felt a drop in offensive production after a first quarter where the team scored 49 points together. They only have 19 so far in the second. Jefferson, nice fake. Jesse tries to tip it back in. They can't get it, but it will remain Haifa ball. Crashing the boards, but it will not roll in. Jesse working on Doria Asaf. Goes all the way. Tyler bangs it off, and Jefferson
Tyler
bangs
kept it alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, great play by Jeremy.
So Jeremy's not getting a lot of opportunities here, but he's making the best by crashing the boards and creating for others.
Yeah, learning how to play the game the hard way, which is important. Those are things that you learn that'll help you become a pro.
And there's Clancy, who always seems to be going for the dunk.
Yeah, they run doubles with Clancy in the middle, and if the guys from the weak side don't come, he's all by himself. And that's something that Jeremy has to learn, how to hedge quicker, to go out to help and get back quicker, or take that passing lane from the point guard, so he'd have to throw a lob.
Having said that, he was a good foul to be able to stop the dunk there on Clancy.
And Clancy's a big target.
Yeah. Clancy, you look at him, he's a guy who seems to be having a lot of fun out there, Sammy.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy. But, you know, the bigger they are and the sweeter they are.
And look at that face.
Yeah. He's
nice, cute little baby face there. He's having a good time, smiling out there, enjoying it, remembering that it's still a game.
Yep. Mushonya Kusi went to Fordham, played for my friend Bobby Hill. Wasn't much of a player at all. Just come in there and hit whoever's in the area.
Nice.
I got him a scholarship. I got him a scholarship because the best thing he got out of it was he got a degree from Fordham.
Yeah, that's not
bad.
bad.
A very good school.
Yeah. Jefferson with the fake and the move. Leaning in. Big time shot, Davon Jefferson. In Aguna's face.
Big time shot from a big time player. Now, if I was.
And there you go. Mushon must have heard you, Simi, because he took offense.
Yeah. Well, he should.
5 for Haifa. We've got a minute to go in the half. Jeremy begging for the ball. Jesse fires the 3 instead.
And there's a minute left, 50 seconds. I would have taken Davon out so he doesn't pick up, God forbid.
He's only got 1 on him. There's Doria Asaf. Short. Davon with the rebound. And again, he's leading the attack here. To Dror Hajjaj. A lot of fighting down low with Jesse below Rosa. He's looking to be offensive here. Goes down low and gets a foul on Mushon. So Haifa up by 8 here with 20 seconds to go, and showing some offensive firepower here with a team that doesn't score that much usually. And Dan Shamir wants to talk it over. 20 seconds to go. We'll take a quick break.
Drive from the top to Vegas already. The ball is in the high gap. The ball is in the high gap.
Let him pass him off to the guard, and then I'm there. I have to run to the guard.
Sit down, sit down. The ball goes in. You match with him, it's Vegas. It's not Vegas.
I'm not matched with him.
You were matched. You were in front of him. You were in front of him, so you force him left. That's it. Come on. Don't make it complicated. Okay? He doesn't drive on you left. Man, zone, combination, whatever. It doesn't go right. That's it. Let's rebound. Okay, Mushon cuts and Oguna. Press break. Cut inbound. Press break. You fly. You inbound. And Dori and Ran. Yes, but Dori or Ran, you shoot to the middle. Okay?
You need screen each other, okay? It's hard enough.
Then, not sure. Let's go open. Okay, spread it. Baseline. On the baseline low gap and on the baseline low gap, wing and wing, okay? 6 seconds to go.
Yeah, keep the clock.
6 seconds to go, drive. If you got a pitch. If you got a dish, or go to the line.
You heard Dan Shamir there in the huddle for Bnei Hasharon. Actually pretty good English for him there. I'm impressed.
Well, you know, he lived in the States for a while. He's an intelligent kid. He also was the assistant coach for David Blatt in Russia 1 year.
Yeah. See the numbers there on Dror Hajjaj, already eclipsed his season average in points. Having himself a nice game tonight. Dror Hajjaj, the point guard for Haifa. Jesse Palot Rosa to the line. Player of the Year in the Puerto Rican League. First Puerto Rican here in Israel to play professional basketball. And Haifa extends their lead to 9, 44-35.
We have a soft press here. And this is what Don Shamir was talking about. And now Steele is going to play
till 6, I think he said.
Yeah, but it's going to be like a 1-4 offense.
And
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shot. Nothing.
Tough shot.
Halftime.
And that'll be the half, so that is your halftime score, 44-35. You see the offensive production dipping there in the second, but Haifa, Simi, looking pretty good so far.
Yeah, you know, a lot of it came from the defense, the rotations. I think Avi Ashkenazi's doing a better job of giving his players rest. Jason Rich had a great couple of minutes, and then Davon, and you know, went on and on from one to another. Dror Hajjaj came in, hit 7-8 points at the beginning of the game. It was Ben Strong. You know, I mean, the money's being spread around. You know, it isn't all in one pocket.
Well, let's see indeed what the leading scores are for Maccabi Haifa so far. You see Jason Rich cooled off after that big start, but still 15 points. Jefferson 11, Dror Hajjaj 7 strong, and Pelot Rosa 4 apiece. Sam Clancy, the leading man for Bnei Hasharon, and they have struggled offensively. They're going to need to have some other players.
They really don't have.
They
really don't have a lot of outside shooting. That's a problem with them.
Let's take a look at some of those stats from your first half, and let's see what pops out here for us. You see that, yeah, well, the three-pointers is one of them. Bnei Hasharon, like you said, not a lot of outside shooting, only 2 for 9. Haifa doing a better job from there, and the offensive rebounds, of course. Ben Strong, a big part of that. He's been very, very active tonight, Sammy.
Yeah, the bench is the story. Haifa got 38 points, or
no, the bench, they have 6 points.
6 points, 38 minutes. I'm sorry, my mistake.
Either way, they're doing better than Bnei Hasharon are, and that's why they have a 9-point lead. Let's talk a little bit about these two teams here. They've changed a lot. Now we see Haifa here, some of the fans enjoying the halftime presentation. Both of them 2-2 this season.
Yeah, Meir Tapiro, who now is playing for Rishon LeZion, was a major player for years here. He left, so they had to change the whole team. The coach changed. The philosophy of the team changed also, along with the coach. They don't have a strong outside shooting team, and that's really a problem.
So there is your halftime score. We're going to take a break for our halftime presentation. You'll have your weekly review for basketball to catch you up on all the events of a week ago. Sim and I will be right back, and lots more to come. Stay tuned.
Shalom and welcome to season 2009-2010 of the Israeli Premiership Basketball League. These are the highlights of the 4th round. I'm Gil Barak. Here we go.
Visited Tyler in Israel, the realities of pro-life are unforgiving.
Maccabi Haifa hosted Hapoel Holon, which was still looking for its first victory of the season. During the game, ESPN aired an item on Jeremy Tyler, Haifa's young talent. However, Tyler was suspended from this game. The player who stood out was Devin Jefferson, who glided to the basket time after time but got into early foul trouble. Yoni Nir and Dwayne Mitchell took advantage of it, and with combined 21 points made sure that Holon led by 2 after 20 minutes. Jefferson came back to the second half, and the home team had an amazing 16-0 run. In 2 minutes to the end of the third quarter, Ido Kujikao gave his team a 14-point lead. 30-9 was the score of the third period in favor of Avi Ashkenazi's team. But then came the fourth quarter. Mitchell was in charge of a 14-0 run for his team and ended up the game with 28 points. Leaf Sheets added a 3-pointer and Haifa's lead was cut down to 4. 4 minutes to the end, Jefferson was fouled out of the game, and it seemed like Hapoel Holon momentum was about to continue. But Haifa had Ben Strong, who came out of nowhere, scored 18 points and led Haifa to a great victory, 72-65. Holon will look for its first victory of the season in the next round. Bnei Hasharon and its coach Dan Shamir came to Malcha Arena to meet Hapoel Jerusalem. Sharon Sasson, who opened the season with only one successful three-pointer out of 9 tries, doubled this number in the first quarter, of which he scored 8 points. On the other side of the floor, Sean James showed his athleticism, but a 9-1 run by the hosts gave them a 27-19 lead after 10 minutes. Yuval Naimi, who started the season in great shape, kept on scoring and with 7 straight points put Jerusalem up by 15 deep in the second quarter. Cookie Belcher made sure that Bnei Hasharon was still in the game and his team was down 40-48 at the break. 2 minutes in the third quarter, Jerusalem went on a fast break. Cookie Belcher made a flagrant foul on Dion Thompson and the party began. The referees decided to end the fiasco and send both players to the locker room. Jerusalem was already up by 19 somewhere in the third quarter, but then out of nowhere, the visitors started an amazing comeback. James dunked every ball. Onique made the baskets beyond the arc, and the gap was cut down to only 2. Simmons with a great outside shot put Jerusalem back on top by 5. It was a minute and a half to the end. Bnei Hasharon answered with 2 from the line. 10 seconds to the end when the hosts were up by 3, Naimi lost the ball. Dory was sent to the line and Dan Shamir took a timeout, and this is what he had to say to his players.
You meet that side of the rim, right side of the rim. If you have a 2-point shot, you make the 2-point shot. Dory, after the free throw, you step out for the 3, run. You step out for the 3 for the kick out 3.
Dori Asaf made the first, and then down by 2, 7 seconds to go, he did exactly what he was told. The ball went to Itzhaki and then went through the rim. You have to hand it to Shamir on a great timeout. With 2.5 seconds on the clock, it was Gudis' turn to take a timeout.
Again, you're here. This is great. It's going on you. I want Tiger for you, Bob.
סימון עושה את התנועה, גם נעימי, הכדור הזה הולך לנעימי, לקצ'ן שוט, לשלשה, הכדור הזה נכנס מהיד של אוניקווה, ירושלים מנצחת את המשחק, איזה סיום, למה אוניקווה נגע בכדור?
Simply amazing. An own basket by Onique, who was the visitors' best player, came out at the end as the tragic hero of the night. Jerusalem, with a miracle, gets this great victory 90-88 over Bnei Hasharon. After the great win in Rome in the EuroLeague, Pini Gershon gave Allen Anderson a day off against Ironi Ramat Gan. In the first half, we saw way too many turnovers. Both teams had 52 of them. Despite that, Maccabi easily led 38-29 at the break. Ramat Gan's budget is less than $1 million, which is even less than the salary of Maccabi's Chuck Itzon. Itzon was the difference between the teams in the second half. He had 14 points and was in charge of Maccabi's run. The Israeli players of the home team were much more effective than Danny Gott's Israelis. Derek Sharp came from the bench and woke up the champs. Limonad led the Israelis with 14 points as part of the 43 points by them. Ramat Gan's Israeli squad scored only 9. At the end, Maccabi wins easily by 27 points, 88-61. The game between Ironi Ashkelon and Barak Netanya had a dramatic ending. This is what happened in the last 10 seconds in overtime when the score was tied at 82. Braswell from Netanya looked for the winning shot, but this was what he came up with. Omar Sneed grabbed the rebound and with 5 seconds on the clock found Moran Roth for a layup with the buzzer, which was worth a W. Netanya simply wasn't ready for that offensive play by Ashkelon. A great fast break and a great way to end the game. At the end, Ashkelon wins 84-82 in overtime. At its home, Maccabi Rishon LeZion, who was still looking for its first victory of the season, met the undefeated Gilboa Galil. Rishon started well and had an early 11-5 lead. Then the visitors and the #1 scorer of the league, Jeremy Pargo, woke up. 2 3-pointers by the guard shifted the advantage to the northern team. Now pay attention to this next play. Pargo simply abuses his defender and gets the easy deuce. Gilboa Galil kept its momentum and led 41-30 at the break. Rishon came out strong to the second half, but not for long. In a night when Meir Tapiro had 4 turnovers, his coach Effie Birenboim will have to look for a victory against another team. Gilboa Galil took advantage of the situation for some showtime with Pargo and Randall. Rishon pulled up for a last run of 8-0, and the gap narrowed down to only 5 points, 4.5 minutes to the end. Yet on the other end of the floor, Guni Israeli made a big 3-pointer and stopped Rishon momentum, and then, ladies and gentlemen, came Jeremy Pargo and sealed the deal. Gilboa Galil with the 4th straight W's, Rishon LeZion remains winless. That was the weekend review of the 4th round of the Israeli Premiership Basketball League. Thanks for the video editor Liat Mikhailov. I'm Gil Barak, thanks for watching. Check us out next week.
So that was your week in review, and an interesting week it was so far in the Israeli League. Let's take a look at some of those games that happened already this week. We have Jerusalem against Netanya, a surprise over there Saturday night.
Jerusalem got blown out.
Yeah.
It was 17 points. Netanya was playing without its best player, and so was Jerusalem. So that canceled out. But, I mean, it was just a joke. I mean, they weren't ready. They just weren't on the same page.
And we take a look at the other scores over there. You see Afula winning by a point over Ramat Gan.
And Ramat Gan was up by 20 points in that game.
Ashkelon defeating Nahariya, Maccabi Tel Aviv in a tight game versus Galil.
Ashkelon beating Nahariya in Nahariya, which is a big game for Ashkelon. Now they can run up. Maccabi beating Galil.
Gilboa. That was the featured game Sunday night, and Galil stayed close for about 3 quarters until Maccabi in the 4th goes away,
really
and then just the last one semi there was Rishon LeZion beating Holon, keeping them winless. When we look at all the picture over here, what has to stand out for you there? Ashkelon, they've started 0-2. They've won 3 in a row now. They're looking pretty good.
It all depends on who you played against. The big game, they lied. Last week, Ashkelon lost right here by 2 points. You know, so, but, you know, I mean, the whole thing is what you say, consistency. And the only consistent teams were the Galil Gilboa and Maccabi Tel Aviv. And of course, Maccabi Ramat Gan in the negative sense, and Afula, that they kept losing all.
And this shows you now where things stand up. Maccabi Tel Aviv, the only undefeated team after beating Galil last night. Netanya, really a new team in this league, 4-1.
They're really.
And Haifa, we're going to see them next week. We're going to be in Netanya next week, where Haifa visits them. Afula, Ashkelon 3-2 along with Jerusalem. And now if you take a look at the bottom part of the standings there, you see Nahariya, Bnei Hasharon, Haifa playing right now, and then Rishon LeZion, Holon, and Ramat Gan at the bottom. So after 5 weeks, Simi, things are starting to take shape. We're starting to see which teams are for real and which teams really are going to be the cellar dwellers this year.
Well, you also have to understand that a lot depends on what your schedule is like. If the different Maccabi Tel Aviv and Jerusalem or Gilboa were at your place and you had tough teams, your level away, you know, that makes it a tougher schedule.
Like Rishon LeZion, they had a really tough start.
Like Rishon LeZion. But But, I mean, you know, this is something that you have to deal with, and you have to be able to play well. And the good thing about, you know, what we saw the week since the Gilboa game, that the Haifa team got blown out. Last week and this week, they're playing a lot better.
All right, well, that's here in Israel, in a far, far away land called the United States of America. We have Omri Caspi, the first Israeli in the NBA. We're keeping track of him every week, and we see he's had a very nice week this week. Of course, 19 points against the Rockets. You see over there 8 rebounds. That were his season highs. And scored 17 the other night. He's averaging just about 9 points a game now. And like you said, you're going to call the game tonight. He's been very impressive so far.
Yeah, he was a little bit lucky that one of the players, Garcia, got hurt. But he picked up the glove and he went to work. And now they love the kid. The kid is earning minutes. He plays tough defense. He rebounds. He does all his Cookie Bletcher, the player that got hurt, that got thrown out of the game last week. So he's not playing this week.
A veteran here in Bnei Hasharon. They love him. He's one of the fan favorites here.
Yeah, but he's been here. This is like 3rd or 4th year that he's here. He's not really having that good of a year anyway.
Mm-hmm. Well, we are underway here in the third. Haifa up by 9. We see the starting lineups. Actually, we see there that Kujikaro in place of Strong, otherwise the same starting 5. And for Bnei Hasharon, starting out with the guys that they started the game with.
Oh, my God.
Travelon Jefferson.
Yvonne is looking at the refs and going, what are you talking about? The kid tripped me. Sophia, be proud of your son. He didn't go off.
Davon showing a lot more maturity this year, getting into less arguments with the officials than we saw a year ago.
Yeah.
Sean James down low, physical against Davon. Tosses up an air ball. And there is Clancy who tosses it out to Ori Itzhaki. And he tosses it into the fans.
Yes.
Ori Itzhaki tossing it to no one.
And that's what you like to see. You like to see the defense dig in, and that's what they've done. They've dug in, and they're playing really nice.
Kujikaro in there starting the second half in place of Ben Strong. He's been quiet so far tonight, has yet to score, yet to have any rebounds either. Kujikaro putting up really nice numbers so far this year. 4th among Israelis in points, 4th overall in the league in rebounds. The steal by Mizrahi. Errant pass there by Clancy.
Oh my God, Georgia Judge just let it roll out of his hands. Happens.
Happens to the best of them.
And to the worst.
9 turnovers for Haifa, 8 for Bnei Hasharon.
And that's large.
We have no scoring
That's too many.
Jefferson, a tough defensive assignment against Sean James, who has got at least 3 or 4 inches on Davon. And they throw it down to Sean James. Got the inside position and the finish there. Davon had nowhere to go on that one.
You know, one of the things I don't understand, how is Ron Steele not involved? The kid is a super player. But then again, you know, go figure out.
He's only got 4 points tonight, 1 out of 6 in the field, and there's Jason
Rich.
Rich. The guy who has been
net.
leading it for Haifa tonight. He's got 17 so far.
On a good percentage, too.
Good percentage, 7 for 10 from the field. And there's Dory. And Dory Assaf has 8 points. We didn't see that coming. Having a very nice night for the young Israeli. Kujikaro goes in, misses.
1 incher.
Gets his own rebound. And leaves again. He could have gone straight up again, but he doesn't. Takes another tough shot, and he cannot get it. And here is Assaf Dory. Or Dory Assaf. That's what happens when you have 2 first names. Clancy.
Walked.
Yeah, he did, but they didn't call it. Another rebound for Kujikaro.
So he didn't walk.
Hey, if they didn't catch him, it didn't happen.
He walked.
Ito, what a pass down there for Moshe. Can't get control of it, though. Dror Hajjaj, 2 people on him, and they're going to call that he stepped on the line? Really?
This is insane.
So, yeah, not a heck of a lot of scoring so far.
A lot of
3
turnovers.
minutes, 6 points. So we're at a bucket-a-minute pace so far here in the third. Haifa still leading by 7. or Yitzhaki and Mizrahi, the two Israelis, matching up very well. Clancy on Kushikaro. That's a heavyweight battle. And Clancy cannot get the roll, but it will remain their ball. No, it won't. They're going to say it's off Sean James.
Well, yeah, he said it came over his back to touch the ball. Television timeout. That means we go and buy some clothing.
Yeah, buy your merchandise.
What are you going to buy?
I don't know. We're going to take a break while they go by. So we'll be right back.
All right.
So we are back now here in the second half, and for those of you who don't know yet where to get that merchandise, it's right here on the internet, triangleinternet.tv. You have a link there to your merchandise. You have a link there to the week in review, all the games Sammy and I have ever done, and lots more. That's triangleinternet.tv. 6:46 to go in the third. Haifa up by 7.
And the TV program that we're on, the TV station?
Oh, we're on a lot of TV stations, Simi, on DirecTV, on Comcast, on Versus, Jewish Life Television, all across America.
I hear there are a lot of complaints.
Really?
About me, yeah.
Well, maybe it's because your broadcast is not of the most kosher
No,
variety.
The picture isn't big enough to have me.
Well,
they can't see all of me.
And that's not even in high definition.
High definition would hospitalize a lot of people.
Dror Hajjaj, two people on him, finds Mizrahi wide open.
Oh, man.
Cannot connect. Moshe struggling tonight.
Yeah, he's so important to this team.
He's 0 for 3 from the field. Single point for him. Sean James down low, rolls it in over Jefferson.
And that's the difference of the height advantage that Sean James has over Davon. Davon should be playing the 3.5. Instead, he's playing the 4.5.
Sean James about 6'10", 6'11". He's a big guy there. Rebound Kujikaro. Sean James grew up in Brooklyn, New York. That's his hometown. And really a guy who made his mark in the NCAA on defense. Really a record, 6.5 rebound blocks per game in 2006. And he led the Israeli League a year ago, doing it again this year.
Yeah, played for Duquesne.
Richard Roby in for Moshe Mizrahi, who is struggling tonight with a single point to his name. Hajjaj out to Jefferson for 3.
And that's a nice play.
Nails it.
And that's what Davon works on in practice by himself. He shoots like 300, 400 jump shots a day because he wants to improve. That's very important.
And if he is going to make that jump to the NBA, that's where he's going to have to make it with those jumps. Nice look there by Doria Suf, and a throwdown by Sean James. He's an impressive young guy, this guy, Doria Suf. 8 points and 2 assists so far.
You know, the coach has confidence in him.
And he played a year ago in the Leumit League. That's not it. That's the second division here in Israel.
Yep. And he's getting the minutes, and the coach has basically benched Erez Katz, who was their starting point guard for like 4 or 5 years here.
And if Doria Asaf keeps playing the way he will, and Erez Katz is going to be hard to come by for those minutes at the point guard position.
There's 7 seconds left on the 24-second clock. They say there was no possession.
Jason Rich.
Jump shot.
Floater.
Nice.
Got it.
Nice.
Talked about those hops.
Well,
just a
I'm
nice
going to
floater.
have to speak to Leonard Hamilton tonight and Stan Jones. They're out in Gainesville playing against University of Florida.
And their old player is proving his worth tonight. 19 points to lead all scorers, Jason Rich.
Yeah.
Jason Rich has got 6 rebounds as well. Really, the main guy tonight. They're going to call a walk there on Doria Suf.
zone. The Bnei Hasharon team are in like a matchup zone.
And there's Jefferson, nowhere to go out to Roby. Nice movement. Dror Hajjaj with the fake, now he goes in and rejected by Sean James.
That should be a basket. He rubbed it against the backboard.
Itzhaki cannot connect. Clancy fighting hard, gets the rebound. Nice hustle there. Dory, Itzhak wide open, gets it. And Dory, he's got 11 points tonight. My goodness. Along with Clancy leading the team, and the young Israeli, not even 22 years old, he's got 11 points so far.
Kid grew up in this organization, played in the youth team.
And Kujikaro down
Nice
low with
pass.
a look by Hajjaj.
Nice look inside.
Haifa up by 6, 4 minutes to go in the third. First points of the night for Ito Kujikaro.
And then again, we're going to have to go back to the old saying, Aaron. Got to keep the team one shot. You can't let them get 2 or 3 shots.
Or Itzhaki with the move down to Clancy. Lots of traffic down there. Travel on Sam Clancy. Doubled up there by Kujikaro and an extra man, and Haifa putting on the clamps so far here.
And Ben Rice is coming in for Ori Itzhaki. He's talking to Ben's father, Moshe Rice, who was a player. He played in Hulon, grew up in Hulon, played with me in Jerusalem for me. And then he went down to Eilat. Nice player.
Rich, high pick by Kujikaro. Finds Hajjaj in the corner for 3. Got it. Dror Hajjaj heating up today.
See, that's nice by Jason Rich. He saw the player making the rotation on the player who was open, and he gave it to his player, and Dror Hajjaj knocked it down.
And that puts him in double figures for 10 points to go along with 4 rebounds and 4 assists. Dror Hajjaj, a nice line for him, and Sean James, a nice move for him.
Sean James is doing it.
And Sean James now in double figures. 3 players for Bnei Hasharon with 11 points.
Looks like they've been working with him every day.
It's a 7-point lead now. 3 minutes to go in the third. Any way you cut it, a nice game tonight here. Jason Rich with a man in his face. Tough shot, no good. Rebound Clancy. Here comes Dory. All the way. Nice finish. Dory Asaf, a coming out party for him tonight. Tough penetration. He's got 13. And Avish Ashkenazi says, let's talk it over. Timeout Haifa. You see the scores there on the bottom of your screens, the soccer scores. Maccabi Haifa in soccer continuing to dominate the Israeli league, and all we can hope for is that their counterparts in the basketball league do the same. Haifa in here tonight, so good so far, 55-50. As we take a look at young Dory Asaf, he's having himself a very nice game tonight, 13 points for him to lead his team.
And that's one of the good things about this Russian rule, that 2 Israelis have to be on the floor all the time. Kids like this get a chance to play on the court. Otherwise, they would never be getting on the court. And these kids can play. And you cannot play, you cannot show what you can do from the bench.
And there are the numbers for Jason Rich tonight, averaging 19.2 on the season. He's got 12.2, sorry. He's got 19 tonight, and you see the numbers. Also his rebounds, turnovers, percentages. All around, great game for Jason Rich tonight. And he's bringing the ball up as well. Richard Roby going baseline, finds Dror Hajjaj. Nice movement, but they're going to call the block on Asaf. Hoping to get the offensive. And Second foul on Bnei Hasharon. Not a lot of fouls this period. None on Haifa.
And Bender is coming in for Dror Hajjaj.
Jason calling for the pick. Cannot release it to Jefferson in time. 5 on the shot clock. 3, 2. Now we're out of time. Fujikawa didn't know it. And that's a 24-second shot clock violation. 2 minutes to go in the third. Anybody's game. Haifa up by 5. And Ben Strong, Haifa wants to put him back in. Avi Ashkenazi calling for Ben Strong, who sat this whole period because of foul trouble. He's got 3, and he's going to be coming in soon. Sean James working on Jefferson. Double up from Kujikaro. The open man is steal. Rolls in and out. Jefferson with the rebound. And again, Jefferson leading the attack. Here comes the freight train. Pulls up. And it hits the ref. That's the problem when you don't have a point guard leading your attack. And Jefferson's going to take a seat. Ben Strong comes back in. $1:20 to go in the third. Dori Yitzchak again. Dori Asaf. This guy is showing what he's made of tonight. 16 points, 6 for 9 from the field, including 3 for 4 from beyond the arc. And he's keeping them in this game. Fujikaro rejected by Sean James. And here comes Asaf once again. Foul on Jason Rich. Wow. This guy's like the Energizer Bunny.
Yeah, he's doing the job. I mean, the offenses that the Haifa team are running are very, very poor. They're not going to their strength. They should be working for either Roby or Rich. Rich has been the better player on the court. Moshe Mizrahi is coming in.
For Jason Rich.
Yes.
So Jason Rich will take a breather here as we near the end of the third period.
And that was his second foul.
Foul on Benda. They have plenty to give, so that's a good one. But this guy, Dori Asaf, is just a speed maven. I mean, nobody can keep up with him tonight.
Yeah, he's quick. You just have to take a step off on him. Make him to go to his left.
Ben Rice all the way out to Sean James for three-pointer. In and out, Clancy with a big rebound. Ben Rice with the move to Clancy. And the foul is called. And it looks like it's going to be on Ben Strong. And if it is, that would be number 4. Nope, it's going to be on Moshe Mizrahi. Avi Ashkenazi wants Davon Jefferson back in for the last 23 seconds. As the 9-point lead from the half has shriveled down to 1.
Yep. And the offense has shriveled to nothing.
11 points for Haifa in the third. We're all tied up. And with that timeout, we take a quick break.
It's not a timeout. It's just changing of players.
You're absolutely right. And we see Rosenfeld in there.
Yep. What they're going to do is they're going to make fouls.
Ito Kujikaro takes a seat. Not a happy-looking Ito Kujikaro.
You know, he's never happy going out of the game. He's a high player.
Big collision between Katz and Jefferson. No call on that. Foul's going to be on Rosenfeld, new guy. Isaac Rosenfeld, signed really just earlier today and making an appearance in the game already. Jason Rich. Another foul called. They had another one to give. But that's all they have. Next time, Haifa's going to go to the line. And what was that, Sammy?
I think they called a foul before the out of bounds. The ball was taken out of bounds, and that's a two-shot foul.
It's not a very smart foul, is it?
That's called stupid.
In other words.
Very simple.
So Jason Rich is going to benefit from that stupidity and go to the line here. What an arc he's got. Rainbow shot.
He's a great kid. You know, him and Dave Arn are like best friends on the team. They play all these insane basketball games. Well,
1 for 2.
I guess it was a good foul.
And here comes Bnei Hasharon. They've got the chance to take the last shot, but Jason Rich knew they had one to give, and they give it.
That's his third foul, though.
Which now Pelot-Rosa comes in. Might have been better to have him come in earlier, but Jason's out.
That was
Pelot-Rosa
Jason's third foul. That's not a very good foul to give. Somebody else should have given the foul. Three, two, one.
Got it off in time, and it counts. Erez Katzen hasn't seen a lot of minutes, but he makes it worthwhile there with the buzzer beater at the end. And just like that, Bnei Hasharon goes up by 2. Nice deke there. Erez Katz drills the 3, and as you can see from
obviously that was a smart foul.
I guess so. Shows what we know, huh?
Yep.
So Bnei Hasharon 23, Haifa 12 in that quarter. We'll take a break, come back for the fourth after this.
יש לך עוד זריקה אחת מקו השלוש, אם תקלע, תזכה בחבילת מתנות מתנת אשת ובבני השרון. לא נורא, תודה רבה לדניז, בהצלחה לאשת ובבני השרון.
So we're about to get underway here in the fourth. Let's take a look at Ido Kujikaro having a huge season for Maccabi Haifa, but tonight having a little bit of trouble getting going.
Yeah, there's a reason for that. The players inside on Bnei Hasharon are taller and jump real well, and some of them are even stronger than him. So that completely neutralizes his game because he can't make a jump shot. He doesn't have a jump shot. They just wait on him and smack him. And also, on offense, they take advantage of his lack of height.
So Ido Kujikaro, we take a look now at that comparison. His average 11.8, 9.2 rebounds, 4.2 offensive. All those numbers, big drop off tonight for the captain. And he begins the fourth on the bench as Ben Strong, Jefferson are out there with Roby, Hajjaj, and Ben David going with that double point guard attack, which has proven pretty effective tonight for Avi Ashkenazi.
Yeah.
Bnei Hasharon up by 2, and a steal there by Dori Asaf. He's everywhere. Oh, what a rejection by Ben David.
How can they call it a basket? That was on the way up.
Wow, let's take another look at this. They called it goaltending, and maybe it was. I don't know. It was close, but
I don't know.
Nice effort there by Ben David. A guy who is not a guy who gets a lot of blocks, but Dory there on the break, and it counted. He's got 18 points. My goodness. Career high for him. Averaging only 2.8 points a game coming into this game. And tonight, 18.
Third
he gets
foul
called for the
against
third
him.
one. A judge out to Benda for three. Got it.
Big shot. Big shot. Instead of going down 6, you're down 1.
And Benda getting even for that rejection he did not get. Comes back and nails the three-pointer. Sean James rejected by Jefferson. Here comes Benda. Here comes a judge. Roby on the baseline, and Bnei Hasharon a good,
should have taken the shot.
Good adjustment on defense. Jefferson.
It's a walk.
But he gets bailed out on a foul. And that's going to be number 4 on Asaf.
Yeah.
And Dan Shamir saying exactly that. Oh, where's the travel? Take a look at it again. It would have been a travel, but Davon bumping into Gloria Asaf, and his coach Dan Shamir going to keep him in the game with those 4 fouls.
And that's the third foul in 1 minute and 5 seconds called against the Bnei Hasharon team.
And that could catch up with them later in the game when Haifa goes to the line. So 65 seconds. And we've seen 3 fouls. Jefferson pulls up for the jumper, gets it.
Nice shot. Davon's really improved his mid-range shooting. We love to see that.
Dory goes inside. They call the foul on Dror Hajjaj. And Av Ashkenazi throwing a fit.
Some of the calls by these refs are really, they have really good imaginations. And Clancy's coming out for a breather.
Laguna back in.
Going inside.
And Dory Yitzchak continues to shine tonight.
Dory Asaf.
Asaf
is excellent.
Wow, if he's playing so well, I should get his name right by now. And he misses that one.
Now
Stuck
that you
on
said
19.
something, huh?
Exactly. There you go.
There you
He was
go.
doing better when I had his name wrong. Haifa winning the battle on the boards, 32-25. And we're all locked up at 61 and a very tightly contested fight tonight. A good game. Jefferson with a spin, fade away, tough shot, no good. But a tip-in.
Roby, what a play. That was a bad shot by Davon.
I think they're going to give it to Strong.
That's insane. That was.
The 2 of them crashing the boards and tipping it in. Steal. Ori Tzchaki heaves one, and that was a brick. Nice look by Jefferson.
Oh, man. A breakaway, and he kicks a goal.
And Avi Ashkenazi, as you can see in that extreme close-up look, not very happy. We got a very close look at Avi Ashkenazi's nose on that one.
That's such a unbelievable. All by himself.
Steal out to Dory. And the bounce almost goes back in. They get the ball back. Sean James throws it down hard. Tie ball game again.
Richard Roby kicks a goal before. Now he drops the ball into the.
Hey, he used to play with them. You might want to still throw them a bone here.
Instead of being
there.
up 6, it's a 2-point. It's a tie ball game.
Jefferson trying to create something on his own. Cannot.
Yeah, he's forcing the shots. Those aren't his shots. They should have an offense where he can get the ball through the offense.
But Haifa lucky to get it back. Dor Hajjaj restarting the offense here. And a foul on Sean James. That's going to be number 4 on Sean James.
That's a foolish foul. The kid's 25 feet from the basket. You're hitting the kid out there. No.
So that was the last one they had to give. And
there's a TV timeout. So
they're going to talk it over. And
it's time to get air closed.
Yeah, so we'll talk it over a little bit while we take a quick break. We cannot hear what's going on in the timeouts, but heated conversation in both. You can't imagine. 63 apiece, 6:39 to go. It's been a back and forth affair, but we are just how we expected it to be. Locked up in the 4th. As Avi Ashkenazi trying to rally his troops to make a run here. Kujikaro stays on the bench. Ben Strong, Jefferson, Rich, Hajjaj, Ben David, 3 short guys, and 2 big men for Haifa.
Well, that's basically what Bnei Hasharon have. You know, they have the 2 big kids, and they have 3 guards. Steele, Dory, and we got Eris Katz.
And we have Davon Jefferson with a double-double tonight. 15 points, 10 rebounds so far. Ben David to Rich. Jefferson coming up for the high pick. Now they have the mismatch they want. Rich gets the fake up. Nice look. Ben Strong. They do not give him the continuation. But he will go to the line.
Number 8.
And that's be number 3 on Ron Steele. So Ben Strong is going to go to the line.
No. Jason Rich is going.
Jason Rich is going to go to the line.
They called it a foul on the pass. If Ben Strong would have gone to the line, it should have been a basket and 1 shot.
And so that explains it. Coach Simi to the rescue.
Aaron, I love you.
And Jason Rich, 22 points and 6
and
rebounds.
And a 2-point lead, and it's clampdown time.
Sean James doubled up on him, tries to thread the needle, but he can't. Ben Strong recovers the loose ball. Jason Rich at the top of the key. He's got the athleticism advantage on it. There's Katz, a veteran over there. Try to take advantage of it. 2 on him. He's kind of slipping there. And stuck all his own. He's got to try and make something of it. Cannot.
Nice shot.
Rebound, Sean James.
Wide open shot. Just didn't knock it down. He got the mismatches. A big against him who couldn't move as quickly. He just missed it.
And the steal by Hajjaj. Quick hands for him.
Got to capitalize on it, not just the steal. Got to turn it into points.
Hajjaj going down to Strong. 2 people on him. Strong fighting there, rejected by Sean James.
Oh, that's a real rejection.
Jefferson buries it.
Yes. And that's a 4-point lead for 5 minutes to go in the game. Ruby's yelling, that's my godson, grandson.
Dory Asaf trying to make something happen. Finds Eris Katz in the corner. Rims out Jefferson with a big rebound up high. Haifa now up by 4, on a roll here.
Where the hell's Clancy?
Well put. Where is he? Started off big early on, but he's
They don't
disappeared.
play. He's on the bench. Oh my God. Oh my God. What a horrible call.
And Avi Ashkenazi seems to think so.
That's Romano. What a horrible call.
And they're going to call it. Let's take a look here. Jefferson with the pick. They called it a moving pick. Foul number 2 on Davon. Steal. There is Katz, and there is Clancy back in the game. Now he has the ball. Working on Ben Strong down low. Goes to his left hand.
Jump ball.
And it gets stuck there between the
That's
backboard
called
and
a
the rim.
soft touch.
Yeah. Nice move there. But
yeah, with his left hand. And whose ball? It's Bnei Hasharon ball.
They have the possession arrow. 4 1/4 to go in this last quarter. Steal. Ball gets stripped. Clancy gets it back. Cannot finish.
Missed the 1-incher. He missed the 1-incher.
It happens.
They got to score, not just get the ball. They're lucky. The guy had a layup. He missed it.
Hajjaj Ashton for the screen. Out to Davon Jefferson. Delay. Here comes Ben David over the outstretched arms of Clancy.
Excellent play. Excellent. Davon believed in Benda, gave him the ball, pump fake, 1 dribble, layup off the backboard. We love it.
And Ben David with his season high 7 points. If you take a look at that, and
nice.
we take a break.
All right.
All they're doing is like, you did a decent job, okay? You did a decent job, but they move the ball and they attack, so let's go 35, but find your man, we're automatically 35. So we're automatically back, okay? Fellas. 3 down, Sam, okay? Now fellas, let's continue. If we don't get a good shot from the 3 down, or we don't get so don't insist on the middle. Throw it to the top or to the wing and go get. The late screen is automatically 2-on-1 situation, switches, etc., etc. Okay, so let's get into the 3 down quickly. And if we don't get a paint shot, pitch it into a wing screen.
Dan Shamir giving instructions to his players as we take a look here at the double attack. Well, so far, we haven't had both of them producing. First time we're seeing both point guards for Haifa producing tonight. You see the numbers there. Ben David and Hajjaj both having a nice performance tonight.
And this is a big offense for the Bnei Hasharon team. It's either going to be 4 or it's going to be 8. And that's a very big difference with 3.5 minutes to go.
Dan Shamir showing his faith in young Dory Asaf. He's leading the team tonight in points. And the miss there by Aguna.
And that's a big rebound. The guy was all by himself. He just missed it. It was a good offense and a rebound. Now you got to score. Make it 8. That's how you win on the road.
Jason Rich. Finds Hajjaj for 3. No good.
There are only 3 seconds left on the...
They're going to call the foul against Bnei Hasharon, it looks like.
I don't
and
know.
The ball will
Could
stay
be.
at that end.
Could
the
be.
fans here,
by
their reaction, you can tell they're not happy about it.
That's 2 shots.
And that's a big foul. They're going to call the 4th foul on Ron Steele. So Haifa up by 6 and a chance to make it more with Jefferson going the line right here. And it rolls in for Davon. Haifa up by 7. 18 for Davon Jefferson.
Yeah, and then 18 solid points. He had 2 bad shots in the third quarter. That was more out of frustration than anything else. He's played an excellent game.
Dory cannot get it, but Sean James throws it down hard.
What happened there was somebody didn't box out. You know, the guy missed a shot. There was a switch. The defense has to come, and there's kind of a zone, matchup zone that Bnei Hasharon are playing. And another foul, and Jason Rich slipped. And here we got it. Looks it's on Steele. And they're all shooting fouls. That's how important that beginning was.
So Jason Rich going to go to the line. Haifa up by 6.
And now it's 7. And with 2:24 left in the game, he makes it 8. That's 3 offenses for the Bnei Hasharon to score. And that's big.
And Jason Rich having his best offensive production as a Maccabi Haifa player tonight, 24 points to lead all scorers in this game. Sean James out to Asaf, trying to create something here. Going baseline. Ball gets away, and
Jason Rich
has it, and that is a big play with 2 minutes to go. Haifa up by 8.
Yup, 1:58 to go in the game, 8-point lead. Run your offenses.
Dror Hajjaj,
money, and that's a double-digit lead.
And that's a dagger.
And that right, because they laid off him, they were guarding other people. The point guards have come up big. Benda and Dror Hajjaj big in the fourth quarter. And also in the fourth quarter.
1:50 to go. We'll take perhaps our final break.
Help on make better than surrender. Okay? On the break, on the flow offense. Let's go mid-post. So directly into the low, directly into the mid-post, show the top, screen away, feed him in, make quick moves, yes, make quick moves, power moves, baseline, either one, first man, first, okay, but run, and get property. And screen away, Peachy forget, but let's go mid-post on the break. And fellas, stand front and stand back for stop to the ring. Stand front and only help on mismatch, let's go. Let's go.
And that was Dan Shamir talking to his troops, trying to keep them in this game, but all of a sudden, a very close game becomes a 10-point lead for Haifa, and we've got less than 2 minutes left to go.
Got 1:49. 11 seconds sometimes can be a lifetime. Walk. Oh, it starts with that. That's a funeral. A walk like that is a funeral because you're down 10. You're coming out of a timeout.
You're talking about it. And you know what you're supposed to do.
Right, and you get, well, what can I tell you? It happens to all of us. I know you never walked when you played because all you ever did was shoot.
You know it.
Yeah, I know.
Jason Rich pulls up for 3.
Money. Nope.
Ben Strong the rebound.
That's even better.
And that'll do it.
That's even better. 1:17 on the clock.
And Haifa is just going to take their lazy time now and watch the clock roll down as Haifa will improve to 3-2 on the season.
And this is a big win.
Bnei Hasharon drops to 2-3.
First of all, it's 2 in a row. Second of all, it's against a team that if...
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, was that a dunk?
What was that? We can't even see that. Let's take another look at that. I think they fouled him before he went in, but that was a power move by Jason Rich.
Oh my God, Jason Rich.
So Jason Rich is going to go to the line where he is going to try to add to his season high tally. Clancy is gone. And that is it for Bnei Hasharon. They've got a talented team, but it didn't come together tonight, as in the fourth quarter, Haifa just comes up big at the end. They've outscored Bnei Hasharon 19-7 in this fourth period.
They ran out of gas. You know, they missed a lot of shots inside. I thought, you know, except for the third quarter, I thought Avi Ashkenazi had coached a real good game. He rotated his players.
And the double point guard attack worked for him tonight. Sean James, Oguna, rebound by Ben Strong.
42 seconds to go, 11-point lead. The fat lady's singing, and she's not me.
And Ben Strong tonight is going to go the line. Didn't have the explosive game he had like a week ago, but a nice game for him. 6 points, 9 rebounds.
Played solid. He was there. He helped on defense. He intimidated. He tried to block shots. It's not easy to guard Clancy, especially when he starts off so well.
Coming into his own, Ben Strong.
Yeah. Yep. Turning into a player.
And of course, that means Jeremy Tyler still on the bench. Another disappointing evening for him. Unfortunately, did not get a lot of minutes, and when he was in the game, it seemed like his teammates just weren't looking for him, Simi. He ends up with another scoreless game.
And Richie Roby is coming in for Jason Rich. Excellent game. Avi Ashkenazi's happy.
Gives a high five to his top scorer of this evening. And Haifa tonight wins it with their best guns. Rejection there by Jefferson. They're going to call a goaltending on it, but it doesn't really matter at this stage. 10 points left. Take another look at that over there.
Davon's talking to himself. Sophia, your son's talking to himself.
Borderline, but it doesn't really matter at this stage. Maccabi Haifa securing a very impressive road victory. That'll do it. Richard Roby, no good, and that's your final score. 77-67, a 10-point victory for Haifa, and you see what happened there in the fourth quarter. Haifa shutting down Bnei Hasharon, holding them to just 9 points, and an impressive end to this game. And Haifa comes away with a big road victory. Jason Rich was the leader tonight, 25 points, but Davon Jefferson, a big double-double for him, 19 points, 10 rebounds. Another big performance by Dror Hajjaj, 12 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Strong and Ben David each scored 7. You see Bnei Hasharon, the leading scorer there was Asaf Dor, who had an excellent game. Guy averaging under 3 points a game this whole season. Had 19 tonight. Sean James, 15. Clancy, 13. Uguna Onikwa with 8. And Ron Steele, a disappointing game with 4 points. So that is your rundown. Let's take a look now at your statistics for the game. And we see the breakdown there. Haifa winning on the 3-point conversions, winning from the field as well. You see their starters outscoring the starters of Bnei Hasharon by 10 points, and that was the difference, the 10-point difference. The major factor here, the rebounds overall and the offensive boards. Jefferson had 10. Strong had 9 rebounds as well. So big game for Haifa, and we are going to be joined soon by Davon Jefferson, who we will have on our show for the first time this year. We'll be glad to have him join us here in our studio. A big game for him, 19 points, 10 rebounds for Davon, who joins us right now. And thank you for joining us, Davon. 19 points, 10 rebounds for you tonight in a big victory over a tough team.
Want me to hold it?
Yeah, go for it.
It was a good. We needed this road win. We've been struggling a little bit on offense and defense, so you know what I mean. We just needed something to get us going. You know, there's 2 straight wins. That's what we needed. So we're just gonna look forward and just keep moving on. You know, with our defense and playing good together.
I was really surprised how effective you were, and how Ben was. against two really good players, Clancy and the big kid, the
Sean James.
Sean James, you know. I mean, they're tough, and you guys took it right to them.
Yeah, Ben, you know, we always had confidence in Ben. The main thing we had to get Ben going. You know, sometimes he played lackadaisical and just not used to playing against, you know, these type of people. So we just had to get Ben going. He got some confidence in last game. So, you know what I mean, he played good defense today. That's what we need out of him, you know what I mean, a big man.
Your mid-range game has improved tremendously. And once they were waiting for you under the bucket, you hit a couple of shots, they came out and it opened it all up for you. How hard do you work on that?
I get a lot of shots up all during the week, you know what I mean. But you know, lately I've been struggling a lot with my game. I just had to find my rhythm, and today I found my rhythm a little bit. So.
And it's nice not to see you frustrated with the referees.
Yeah, the refs, you know, they call it how they see it. So sometimes I guess I be a little bit over aggressive, so I get in foul trouble a lot. So I just been working on it and just trying to stay in the game and just give my team a chance to win the game.
Davon, you broke out tonight. You had a double-double, 19 points, 10 rebounds, and you were up against maybe the top defensive player in the league, Sean James. Tell us about that matchup today.
Man, I already knew I would have to come bring it. You know, Sean is a great player, you know, shot blocker. You know, he got a lot of offensive game. The second half, he really brought it to me, you know, scoring like 8 straight points on me. So I just knew I had to try to contain him a little bit and not let him get into his groove because, you know, he was in foul trouble the first half. So it was a tough game. You know, they got Sam Clancy, an SC guy, so... you know, that was my first time playing against Sam, so, you know, I was excited to play tonight.
How did you feel about the point guards doing so well? Both of them, Benda and Jorah Judge.
They just ran the show. That's their job, you know what I mean?
They also scored.
Yeah, of course. You know what I mean? They could do that. You know, they just ran the show as it came, and everybody just let the game come to them, and everybody was poised, and everybody played together tonight.
And Jason Rich, what do you got to say about him?
You know, that's Jay Rich, man. He do what he do. You can't complain about that.
It's still early on in the season, 3-2, but it seems like you guys are starting to figure out sort of who does what the role on the team is. How does it feel now? Do you feel a lot better than you were early on this season when we saw you had a little bit of trouble getting going?
Yeah, we feeling just better. We having more confidence within each other. We had to figure out who do, like you said, who do what. And we just, you know, just pulling it together one game at a time. You know, some games we're going to struggle on offense, some games we're going to struggle on defense, but the main thing is sticking together and just playing as a team.
Okay. Well, we are hoping to have you repeat your performance next week when you take on Netanya, another tough team, making their debut in this league. We saw what you guys did a year ago. They're a tough team as well, and you see next week. Next Sunday, you can watch it right here on triangleinternet.tv. That'll do it this week for Simi, for Davon, for myself. Thank you for joining us. We'll be seeing you next week in Netanya. Good night.